insects and pigeons. They made things equivalent to cell phones.
What? They're like an advanced civilization. There's gotta be an SCP for everything. And, you know, at first, I thought of it as just creatures, and then it ended up things and places and ideas that I couldn't have even dreamed of. And now, I'm just now finding out that a lot of the stories that we heard about when we were younger have also been explained in SCP, like the monsters under the bed and haunted houses and even freaking Bigfoot, of all things, the Sasquatch, something that has been cited all over the world, and it's always been a myth. You know, people say they spotted him or they caught him, and it's pictures on the National Enquirer, which, if you're not familiar with that, it's like a silly tabloid that has the most outlandish clickbait type articles you ever saw in your life. Anyway, there's an SCP about Bigfoot. I had no idea, so we're going to react to it today. It's by SCP Animated Tales from the Foundation. Make sure to head on over to their channel, click subscribe, click the notification bell, and if you like SCP reaction videos, make sure to subscribe to this channel as well. Guys, let's get into the animation. Oh, we got the telescope. He's peeping on Bigfoot, I guess. Look at that camera. He sees him. There he is. Sasquatch sighting. Next thing you know, it's going to be a tabloid.
Got him.
Click. You can sell that picture for thousands. Maybe even millions nowadays. Hi, Dr. Jones. What? Oh, look how awkward. Poor thing.
Sure have been waiting a long time.
Director Jones is a busy man, Gustav. He will get to us as soon as possible.
She's so uptight.
No.
Nice whistling. It's awesome. I called it. I hate this feeling.
You know, I heard the funniest thing the other day.
Please, Gustav, can we please just sit here in silence?
Wow.
Yeah, totally. Sorry, Dr. Buck.
I'm the awkward guy in the elevator, guys. I'll just start talking to people. I'll just say stuff randomly to break the...
Oh, you
quiet.
know what would make the time go faster? We could play the I Spy game. I'll go first. I spy with my little eye.
Oh.
Oh, thank God.
Who is this with the high water pants?
Hello, you two. Thanks
Hello.
for waiting so patiently. It has been absolute chaos today. Amelia, you look great. Love what you're doing with that hair. Always a treat getting to catch up with the smartest researcher in our department. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. To what do I owe the pleasure?
He's charming, isn't he?
It's nice to see you as well, Director Jones.
Oof, Director Jones makes me sound so old.
I am just here reminding you that Gustav will be transferring over to your division, specifically to work on SCP-1000.
Oh.
I know normally you send out a letter to all new clearance level 3 employees, but I thought since we were just down the hall, you might want to explain the situation in person.
So Gustav got
Great
promoted to
idea.
level 3.
I'll be happy to fill you in.
Alright. Them pants,
All right,
though.
Gustav. I suppose this is where our work together ends.
Wow.
At least for now.
It was truly an honor being mentored by you, Dr. Buck.
Oh my God, you guys are so serious. You are moving to another planet, just to a different office. Run along now, Dr. Buck. Your precious protege is in good hands.
Oh, man. My
Very
wife got
well,
some
then.
pants like that, by the way.
Thank you, Director.
Oh, you're welcome. And let's not be strangers, okay? Call me and we will get together sometime. Seriously, it's been way too long.
He's so friendly.
She's a real piece of work. Come on, Yusuf.
It's Gustav.
Yusuf?
As if it matters.
Wow. Poor thing. He's not nice at all.
So, have you already filled out your transfer papers?
Yes, Director. You should have received them days ago.
Well, as you can see, I got a lot on my plate here, Garrett.
Garrett?
It's Gustav, sir.
Wow.
Right, whatever. Ah, here it is. You haven't been working here that long. How'd you get promoted to clearance level 3 so quickly? You got a mommy or daddy on the O5 Council?
No, sir. Nothing like that. The higher-ups were impressed with the performance of Dr. Buck and I during the containment breach a while back, and this position came open.
There you go.
It was just good timing.
So, let me guess. You wanted to work on SCP-1000 because you were obsessed with Bigfoot as a kid.
Well, yes?
Yes.
Very original.
I'm sorry, sir. Did I do something to offend you in any way?
You mean other than being a complete imbecile who lucked his way up the ladder into a very important position?
Wow.
No, not particularly. Let's just get to the matter at hand. SCP-1000.
Yes, sir. From what I have read, all media reports and evidence about Bigfoot...
SCP-1000?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Sorry. All media reports and evidence about SCP-1000 are confiscated due to possible contamination with SCP-1000-F1. But I believe, given enough time, I may be able to develop a suit that protects us from its anomalous effects.
What's 1000?
Listen, Russell.
It's Gustav, sir.
Russell?
Forget everything you know about SCP-1000, okay? You have no doubt read about how the species civilians refer to as Bigfoot or Sasquatch are nocturnal omnivorous apes with similar intelligence to that of a chimpanzee, and that SCP-1000-F1 is a genetic disease that wiped out nearly 99% of their population.
Oh, wow.
But that's a lie. Every instance of SCP-1000 is smart, just as smart as most humans, and in your case, probably even smarter.
Okay.
And they didn't die out by accident. It was an annihilation.
Oh. By what?
Annihilation? From what?
Humans.
Oh.
What? Why?
Are you familiar with the organization known as Children of the Sun?
No.
No, sir.
Tell us.
They were once a rogue unit that defected from the Serpent's Hand. They
Okay.
told us a story that was impossible to believe, until it turned out to be true.
Wow.
Several thousand years ago, the apes we call SCP-1000 evolved alongside us. We walked in the daytime just like now, while they walked in the nighttime. They were
Wow.
our nocturnal siblings in the shadows, but while we were still wandering hunter-gatherers, they changed.
So they were
They
nocturnal.
created tools for agriculture, they domesticated animals and built stable settlements. As humanity blinked in the Pleistocene sun, SCP-1000's population exploded across the night. They
Wow.
blanketed the planet in the tens of billions.
What?
They made things that we still can't comprehend, even though we've thoroughly studied the surviving pieces. Some of them are even classified as SCPs now, such as SCP-2932 and 2511.
Oh my
They made
God.
trees and birds of prey grow into fast-moving ships, herds of animals that became trains, bushes that became flying vehicles.
What?
From insects and pigeons, they made things equivalent to cell phones, televisions, computers. The children described vast shining cities with giant flying ships of ivory and spider silk stretching across the sky.
What? They're like an advanced civilization that developed almost like a lot of the things that would explain what we call alien nowadays, or what we would consider to be like alien technology. But it's got like a primitive spin on. Dude, this is crazy.
Our population was rare, similar to gorillas now, a few 100,000 left at best.
Okay.
We avoided their settlements just like wild animals today avoid ours. They saw us as fairies or gnomes, ascribed us
Wow.
supernatural powers, said we ate bad children while they slept in daylight. They fenced off our dwindling wild populations in conservatories, outlawed poaching, but in the underground consumed our bones as aphrodisiacs.
Cool.
Then their civilization fell.
Consumed our bones in underground like organizations like aphrodisiacs. They got high by eating us. Ooh. God dang it.
And we did it. By we, I don't mean the Foundation. By we, I mean humanity.
Okay.
The story is muddy, to say the least.
All right.
Supposedly, a trickster forest god showed humanity favor, gifting us the Master's tools and teaching us how to use them.
The Master's
We simply
tools.
don't know what the truth is. Somehow we acquired SCP-1000's own technology, and with it, we instigated an SK-class dominance shift, in which humanity became the dominant species of Earth.
Wow.
We wiped out 70% of SCP-1000's population in a single day. The Day of Flowers, the children called it. Supposedly every flower bloomed that day, while our enemies died in their sleep.
Wow.
But we went further than just killing them. With a few of the more twisted of SCP-1000's devices, we drove the survivors mad, blocking higher functions and leaving their bodies to fend for themselves like any ordinary ape.
Huh.
We slaughtered their living machines and burned their vast shining cities with SCP-1000's bioweapons that reduced everything to dust to eventually blow away in the wind.
Really?
We left no traces, not even our own memory. We turned one of the weapons on ourselves, wiped out any knowledge of SCP-1000 and the greatest civilization the planet had ever seen.
What the heck, dude?
Only a few humans protected themselves from the effect, kept the forbidden knowledge, just in case.
Okay.
The rest of us went back to being hunter-gatherers, none the wiser.
Huh.
Which brings us to today. You'll be able to read further information about this in the Level 3 documentation, but I'll give you the short version here in person. SCP-1000 are somehow regaining their forgotten intelligence and knowledge. Maybe they never truly lost it. We don't know. This is why the ever-increasing number of Bigfoot sightings is so worrying.
Whoa.
Why their attempts at contact, however civil, are even more worrying.
Okay.
Here is one of the only notes written in a human language.
We forgive you, given choice for now, not forever. Let us back in.
SCP-1000 are just like us. That's what makes them so dangerous. We wiped them from history and memory. We dissolved their civilization, and we slaughtered most of their species. So just ask yourself, if they got the chance, what more would they do to us, Trevor?
The same thing. Trevor. He still miscalling him.
It's Gustav.
Yeah. Wow. Can you imagine the weight that you would feel? Like, okay, so humanity has done some terrible, terrible, terrible things in the past. Normally, it can be regionalized, right? Like the Nazis, slavery, all of these terrible things that humanity has done to one another. An entire race we would have wiped out because they were the direct competition. Not only that, but they were more advanced than us. It sounds like such a primitive human thing to do as well. Like, if we got invaded by peaceful aliens, and and they would not, I don't know, it invaded. Let's say visitors, okay? Let's say we would get visitors, like the old movie Visitors, V for Visitors. They would come down, they would be peaceful. All they wanted to do is share technology. Not like V Visitors. They literally wanted to just share technology and be peaceful. We would eradicate them. Because that's what we do, right? Humans just kill mercilessly. It's crazy, man. But that is such a wild way of looking at the Sasquatch, that they were an advanced civilization and stuff. I wonder if SCP has anything about the city of Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis and stuff. Oh my gosh, dude, this is so good. And it's SCP-1000, but they talked about SCP-1001. That would be interesting to check out too. Guys, y'all make sure to go check out SCP Animated Tales from the Foundation. Their link's gonna be right there, as far as the other SCP videos that I reacted to from them here. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Odin signing off, and we'll see you next time.
Break it down.